Alright, Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to all you brothers teaching in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Right. It's just going to be a quick hit. Alright. Off of articles that I'm reading thus far today, and just going through a couple of articles, seeing what the world is about to embark upon. And lo and behold, man, it's more talk about World War III than ever, man, on the media online. Okay, not through your local news stations. It's not being said much about World War III and Herizon. Okay, but this first article I'm gonna get right here is from Newsweek. Okay, it's dated December the 2nd, which is today. Alright, and it says North Korea will make bloodthirsty U.S. pay price if new sanctions approved. Alright, and we know what this is all about. The brotherhood and people that's been watching closely. It's because DPRK, okay, which it states the Democratic People Republic of Korea, okay, have been testing their nuclear missiles after being told not to. Okay, and I'm just going to read a couple of paragraphs and some big points in this news article. Right, so it says North Korea has once again threatened repercussions against U.S. if it attempts to impose more United Nations wide sanctions on Pyongyang. Okay, the UN Security Council is expected to vote on a resolution imposing new restrictions on North Korea on Monday afternoon in response to Pyongyang's sixth and most powerful nuclear test to date on September 3rd. A statement from North Korea Foreign Ministry published on the state-controlled KCNA news agency threatened the U.S. should the sanctions be approved. Okay, in case the U.S. eventually does rig up the illegal and unlawful resolution on harsher sanctions, the DPRK shall make absolutely sure that the U.S. pays due price, the statements read. Okay, so that's a threat, man, by the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The statement reads using the country's official name. Alright, the forthcoming measure to be taken by the DPRK will cause the U.S. the greatest pain and suffering it had ever gone through in its entire history. So, we can get the scripture for that. Alright. And hey man, this thing is coming to a full head now. All right, let's just read it. And in Isaiah 47, it says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for there shall no be more be called tender and delicate. Okay. And so North Korea, hey man, they putting the proclamation out there, man. Thus said the Bible. Okay. Let me get another one off the top, because I didn't really get this one in there. Shalaki, brothers, trying to find this scripture. It'll come back to me. I can't remember how directly it goes, but yeah. So in Isaiah the 34th, okay. That's what this is about to allude to. All right. Let me finish reading a couple of more points I wanted to get to, because you know that North Korea wants to destroy America via the ICBM. All right. So let's just go to the latest specs of the new nuclear missile that they plan on testing coming up soon, I believe. And it says Pyongyang claims it has tested a hydrogen bomb that can be fitted on an intercontinental ballistic missile, okay, capable of reaching the U.S. mainland, even since the test launch of the Hwasong 14 ICBM, whose warhead payload accuracy and ability to re-enter the atmosphere remain unverified. North Korea has stepped up its threat to the U.S. and its allies. Okay, it says the world will witness how the DPRK tames the U.S. gangsters by taking series of actions tougher than they have ever envisaged. Okay. That's contemplate or conceive of as possibilities or a desirable future event. Whoa. Okay. So North Korea is definitely trying to light a spark in this thing, and in this article is going to show you why. All right. The U.S. should be fully aware that as long as it persists with the intense political, economical, and military confrontation with the DPRK in defiance of its repeated stern warning, the former will never be able to avoid its permanent extinction, it said. Okay. And they're talking about the extinction of America. So let's bring out Isaiah 34. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, you people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it." Okay, that's generally everybody. It's not going to be anybody left out of this thing. All right, everybody's going to pay the price. All right. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their enemies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughters. Okay, let's go to Job 3 and 2. It says, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my lands." Okay, and he's going to do all this because of how they have treated his people throughout the captivity of us and before then. All right. Okay. And if you read down to this, about the 6th verse, or the 7th verse, Salaki, is it the 7th? No, down to 8. And damn, this whole thing is a good chapter. I think I'm going to read some more. And it says, "And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink." Okay, and that's why he had the indignation for all these nations, because they have pertaining to Psalms 83, they have split us apart from our power. Okay, and that's what he's mostly really heated about, man. Okay, it says, "Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head." Okay, and that's what he's getting ready to do with this World War III. Okay, "Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, Slaki, have you sold unto the Grecians, that you might hold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head." And that's what we got going on right now with verse 6 and 7. All right, because this is why we out here teaching the word of the Most High, man. All right, to let you know that you are the tribes of Israel. Okay, "And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it." It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up." And that's what you see right here in this, this article. This man is throwing out insults and threats and warnings. Okay, so that's the part that we're in right now, World War III, right before the flames and the fire start. Okay, let's go to go to the second paragraph. Okay, it says the resolution also dropped a proposed oil embargo, which trade experts believe would have the largest impact on the country's economy, but was opposed by Russian President Vladimir Putin. Okay, so let's go to Ezekiel 37, and I'll start at 3, and it says, "And say, thus said the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal." That means he's with him. "And I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and will bring thee forth in all thine enemy, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of army, even a great company with buckler and shields, all of them handling swords." And so he's amassing his army, okay, which is going to be cohorts or confederates with him. And China's a part of it, and you got Iran's a part of it, and probably other nations that's not out there yet. But hey, the day is long, but at the end of it, they're going to war. Okay, bottom line. And it says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. Okay, so Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya. All right, which is where he's at right now, over there in Syria, Gaddafi's old land. Okay, all of them with shields and helmets. Salaki. Goma and all his bands, the house of Tagamah in the north quarter, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Okay, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Okay, so that's what you got Putin playing in this right here. Focusing instead of on bending condens. Let me say that again. So it left off by him focusing instead on banning condensate states, satates, and natural gas liquids, imposing a cap of 2 million barrels a year on refined petroleum products, and cap crude oil exports to North Korea at current levels. Okay. Yeah, so bottom line, Russia's got Korea's back because he wants to have that leverage over America. All right, and you should look at this as being a stage for war. As many allies as he has the ability to set himself in array against his favorite enemy, which is Babylon the Great. All right, North America. Okay, and he's definitely going to be friends with South Korea because they have the weapon of destruction that will go long distance, and so does Putin. But he likes this. Okay, because when you look at it, at the end of the day, you can't forget the prophecy that the Lord said that there's going to be arrows shot from one end of the earth to the other end. All right, that's number one. And the other thing is they have to set themselves in array round about her and shoot. Jeremiah 50:14. Salaki, brother, this is going so long, but the more I read this story, I'm getting a little bit more scriptures. I just want to bring them out. I'll close off with this one. And it says, Jeremiah, I'll start at 12. Jeremiah 15:12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, and a dry land, and a desert. And that's talking about this country right here, North America, Babylon the Great. And we know that this is going to happen because Russia has Satan. Okay, and I'm talking about ICBMs. Okay, and now Korea has the means to put hydrogen bombs on ICBMs and other serious payloads on ICBMs. And not only that, Korea has the only missile that doesn't have to go into the heavens, but can fly around the earth. Okay, so yeah, this is a win for Vladimir Putin. Of course he's gonna have their back, man. They got what he needs and what he wants. Okay, let's read on. It says verse 13, because of the wrath of the Lord it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolated. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. And that's what is going to happen in the future. Okay, but then it goes back in 14. It says, put yourselves in array around against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Okay, but that's the gist of it. That's what these talks leading up to the Third World War is going to escalate to, man. That the nations are going to be mad, and they're going to shoot their arrows upon them, man. Upon this great whore. Okay. So with that, I want to say it's Shin Shalom. And I hope this was edifying, to say the least. I was kind of like all over the place, but I'm pretty sure brothers get the gist, man. We heading into serious times, and hey, we see the light at the end of the tunnels. Okay, so with that, Shalom.